Hello and welcome to the Witness History podcast from the BBC World Service with me, Reena Stanton Sharma. We're going back to 1995 and the release of a highly anticipated Bollywood blockbuster. It would become the longest running film in India's cinema history.
We had actually no idea at all. We were just a few young people who wanted to make a hit film. That was our main aim in life. But what it has become today is a phenomena. Whatever we did was magical and no, we cannot repeat it.
That's Indian actress Kajol. She's a huge Hindi film star and the leading lady in that phenomena, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, or DDLJ as it's affectionately called. You're listening to its iconic theme tune. Kajol starred opposite Shah Rukh Khan, who is one of the most famous men in India, known as SRK. Indians love an acronym. DDLJ was released in October 1995 to critical acclaim. It premiered at the Maratha Mandir Cinema in Mumbai. Since then, it's been screened there daily for the past 27 years, stopping only briefly because of COVID.
I could not have predicted DDLJ's legacy on any one of the days that we started shooting for the film, or even when the film released. I don't think that we can take credit for creating it, but for making it the phenomena that it is and for it to run for so long, I would say the credit goes completely to all the people who have adopted it, made it a family tradition, and shown it to their kids and their grandkids, and made it part of their marriage proposals.
Yes, the film has featured in many fans' proposals. We'll hear more about that later. DDLJ follows a group of friends as they travel through Europe. Simran, played by Kajol, and SRK's character Raj, frolic in front of scenic mountains as they fall in love. Roughly translated as the big-hearted will take the bride, Simran's father discovers she's fallen for Raj and quickly moves the family from London to India so she can marry the man she's promised to. But love-struck Raj follows her there and tries to win over her parents instead of eloping with Simran.
At the end of the day, every child wants their parent to look at them and say, well done, dude, you did well, and I'm behind you. And that's really, I think, what touches everybody and what connects everybody to it. And of course, you have the fabulous, fabulous music and all the interesting characters and the color and the drama attached to it.
At Maratha Mandir Cinema, every day, scenes from DDLJ light up the screen at 11:30 a.m. Fans can get a ticket for as little as 30 rupees. That's just 30 cents. Outside, the facade of the Art Deco Theatre is painted bright orange. A huge billboard from the film hangs next to one from SRK's latest hit. In his signature Harley-Davidson leather jacket, Raj has Simran playfully hoisted over his shoulder. The byline is "Come, fall in love again." As you enter the theatre, music blares through the speakers and a Hindu shrine takes centre stage, sparkling with red and green fairy lights. The grand staircase leads to an opulent mirrored wall.
It feels like you're taking a walk back in time. Even the seats are the same color, the stage is the same. For the 20th anniversary, we went back to Maratha Mandir, both of us. It was an amazing feeling to go in there, back to the theatre, where we saw it for the first time, criticizing yourself and saying, "Arey, we could have done that better, arey, we could have done that better." And then 20 years later coming back and saying, no, we could not have done it better. People are still going day after day to watch the film, especially in Maratha Mandir. You have people who come down from all over the country to watch the film in the theatre.
Just like Vijay and his wife Preeti, who were at the cinema when we visited.
हम कर्नाटका धारवाड़ से आए हैं.
They travelled over 560 kilometres to see the film on their 7th wedding anniversary.
We chose to celebrate our day with watching a romantic movie.
मेरा favorite moment है जब
Preeti is describing her favourite moment, the famous train scene, when Simran's father says, "Go Simran, go."
climax भी बहुत अच्छा है.
One of the sweetest stories is, I was shooting in Jaipur and one of the chefs at the hotel came up to me and he was like, ma'am, I have to tell you that I took my wife to see DDLJ 23 times, and then I proposed to her. So, and she said yes. And I was like, oh my God, that is just such a nice story. So many people have just made it their own, and it's become a part of people's lives. If you live abroad, of course, as you do, Reena, you should think about going, because it gives you this intense feeling of deja vu, of, oh my God, I've seen this. Oh my God, this is the same popcorn. This is the same outfit. They even have the small little cowbell, and so it's quite cool.
The cowbell is a souvenir that Simran picks up in Switzerland. It's preserved behind a glass screen in the cinema, alongside a gold trophy celebrating the film's historic run. DDLJ's director, Aditya Chopra, made his debut with the movie. He was just 23 at the time, and from the age of 18 had been an assistant to his father, renowned filmmaker Yash Chopra.
Working with Adi as a new director was actually very, very comfortable, because I knew Adi from before. Really good friends. So when we started working on the film also, it was pretty much a natural progression. We were all cool, we chilled, we had fun, we made fun of each other. My favorite part was actually the Eurorail. All of us were in a bus traveling all over Switzerland, and we just had such a good time shooting for the film. It literally felt like a road trip together. And of course, Yash uncle and Pam auntie were the parents overseeing us and making sure that we were all fed and watered. It was great fun because we were friends. I remember we were shooting in some glacier or something like that, and I had to go and change it. I actually worn a sari inside some farmer's cow shed. So there was a cow next to me in the shed next to me, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I am doing this. I'm actually wearing a sari. And I was quickly, okay, changed, ready for the shot. So we've done some mad things, really.
Kajol and many of the cast and crew were in their 20s, and as she said, Yash and his wife Pam were the ones overseeing the shooting. He had, after all, provided all the funding for his son's film. DDLJ's musical numbers see Kajol and SRK lip-syncing their way through epic backdrops as playback queen, the late Lata Mangeshkar's dulcet tones feature in the soundtrack. Playback singers in Bollywood provide the songs, which are mimed by actors.
My favorite song in the film, I love the whole album actually, and it's timeless. I love it till today, but I think
Translated as Put Your Henna On, it's become one of India's best-known pre-wedding songs. DDLJ scooped 10 Filmfare Awards, the equivalent of the Oscars. Kajol, SRK and Aditya Chopra all scooped gongs in 1996. The actors became superstars overnight.
I really hope that people still continue to enjoy it, watch it, make it a part of their family traditions, and continue loving it, and continue handing it down like an heirloom through time.
DDLJ brought in an estimated $20 million on release worldwide and was the highest grossing Indian film of 1995. It continues to be screened at Maratha Mandir every day at 11:30 a.m. Kajol was speaking to me, Reena Stanton Sharma, for that edition of the Witness History podcast from the BBC World Service. If you enjoyed that programme, why not leave us a review?